one of the most important things is to understand that a lot of the issues that the Afghan women face are cultural based and not religious based. And when the West starts to make that distinction, I think that they will find that their counterparts in Afghanistan or the region will become much more susceptible to their intervention for change. When we in the Muslim world hear people say that, well, this is a Muslim, anything or the other, and it should change, naturally we say that no, who is anyone to change our religion? But when you say things like, these traditions might be a little harmful, or this culture might be contraindicative to women's rights and women's empowerment, then you will find that they're a lot more susceptible to listening, at least, and then hopefully for change. In terms of Afghan women, I think one is to give them a regional platform. This is very important for Afghan women because their outreach is either within their own country or then across oceans and seas in other countries. And it's important for them it's important for all of us in the neighborhood, in the region, to build a platform of women legislators in the neighboring countries. Because we're a little more familiar with the culture and the context and what the Afghan women are facing, and we have similar backgrounds, similar histories, and we're able to help them enforce the kinds of changes that we've had in our countries, in their country, towards women's empowerment. Like I said in my intervention as well, I can't remember any time that I've met female Afghan MPs in Pakistan, and I myself have never been to Afghanistan. So it has only been at third-party venues like today or other conferences where I've had the opportunity to parlay with them and to hear what their issues are. It's important for us to start meeting a little more locally also, but until that happens, meetings like this are a great way for us to access each other. For one thing, aside from the war on terror in the recent years, we haven't been embroiled with an armed conflict on our soil for a few decades. And unfortunately, Afghanistan has for a few decades. So it's been years and years that the people of that country have been faced with armed insurgencies and potential takeovers on their own soil. Because of that, physical infrastructure is completely destroyed, and the importance of physical infrastructure is not just for the economic development of a country, it is actually also for women's empowerment. If there are no roads for women to walk on to go to school, or any roads to take them to a hospital, or even help them take their products from cottage industries or farming to the market, women can't succeed anywhere. They won't succeed just inside their own houses and in their four walls. So because of that, it's very different. Also because of the fact that we have had in Pakistan a stronger tradition of women in leadership positions. It makes a difference within our own social fabric as well. From the founding father's sister, Fatima Jinnah, who stood side by side with her brother in the struggle for the establishment of the state of Pakistan, to Benazir Bhutto, who was the first female prime minister in the Muslim world, and then to all of the women today who are succeeding in various fields of profession and politics and government. We've had more of a continuous history of women in high positions and decision-making groups. So it is that in Pakistan, it's only been about 8 years since we've had so many women enter the political field. And I can say almost within a few months, having so many women in politics opened up all these other professions for women that weren't really open for them before, whether it's journalism or media on the whole, engineering, mathematics, economics. It was almost an instantaneous domino effect from just one thing, which was politics, because it was seen as a high position and decision-making position. It helped foster so many other women in their